Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, I do have a special needs child. You'll hear him in the background clapping his hands and making noise. He's jealous of anyone or anything that takes my time from him. And he's mean mugging me because it's lunchtime. But today I am finally doing my 3looks one palette with my ABHxjackieaina palette. I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you love this palette as much as I do, especially if you picked it up. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into these tutorials. One thing I do want to mention about these palettes that I don't think I mentioned while I was going through, I think setting your eye primer works so much better in terms of helping you blend. So that's something that I do want to add. Another thing I wanted to say was, if you do want to see more looks with this palette, let me know in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to do that. I can come up with so many different looks with this palette. I'm absolutely loving playing with it on and off camera. That being said, I hope you enjoy. Alright, let's get started. I'm so excited. I am going to take my Morphe M441 and dip into this ginger shade here. And I'm going to start out in the outer V. Now I did set my Anastasia primer today because I wanted to see how these flow with the eyes set. Morphe M537 into edges. And I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to try to keep this shade slightly lower than that first shade we put on. Now with this Morphe, why do I always want to call him Morphe E17, I'm going to dip into some of this shade right here called Credit. Ooh, holy cow, that was quite a bit of kick up. And I'm going to start out by tapping this and then start blending. And I'm only going to slightly go into the crease with this. Thomas is being silly today. He's in a good mood. Always a good thing. It's been a bummer because we haven't got to get out a whole lot because it has been raining and it won't stop. It's driving me crazy. Now I'm going to take that second brush we used just to buff over this. Get rid of that harsh look we had going on. I'm so ready for fall. Are you guys ready for fall? I need me some fall going on. Now I'm going to take my Alamar Cosmetics DS05 pigment brush with a dab of glitter glue. It's NYX glitter glue. And I'm going to set that down so we get a nice tacky base going on. Then I'm just going to dip that into this Lituation shade. I can't even speak today. But I'm going to work this on the outermost part of this lid space. And then I'm just going to flip that brush and go into that red Wiggly's shade right there. And I am going to work this on the front part of that lid. Just want to fade that into that other shade just lightly, like so. Gonna go back with that M537 and buff those shimmers out just ever so slightly. And I went just a little above my crease with that Wiggly's shade just to so you can see it when my eyes are open really nicely. I'm just going to take this Morphe E36 and I'm going to very gently tap into trust issues, because we all know how quickly this shade can get carried away, and I don't want it to be too bam in your face, but I want a little brow bone highlight. Alright, so I'm going to use my Suva Beauty Hydro Liner in Grease, and I'm going to try to do a wing. I'm going to try something new today. I'm going to try my Alamar Cosmetics DS01, this blade brush here. I just want to see if it helps me create a more precise wing, because I'm trying to get better at wings because I kind of like them sometimes, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I removed the eye tapes and cleaned up my fallout. As usual, this eye came out much better than this eye. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let me get the rest of my face on and we'll tackle the lower lash line. Alright, now that I got the rest of my face done and Thomas's needs attended to, if you're curious about this lip, it is Materialistic by Milani. I thought it looked good with this look. You can be the judge of that for yourself. Let's go into the lower lash line, shall we? So I'm just going to take this tiny little Slim's Glam Plus into that Wiggly's shade. And I'm going to pray that I don't get a bunch of fallout and put this on most of this lower lash line. Okay, I just gotta say, this is one of the most beautiful reds I have ever used. Now I'm gonna take just the brush that comes in the palette, and I think I'm gonna dip into edges just a tiny bit. Tap that off and buff this Wiggly's shade out. And that's starting to bring this look together quite nicely. Now I think for my inner corner highlight, I am going to dip into some of this shade right here called Soleil. And I am going to use my tiny little flat elf brush. I just want to see how this will look in this inner corner and on the first part of this lash line as per usual. Yes, I like that. Okay, let me do the other eye, put my lashes and mascara on, do something with my hair, and I will be back with the final look. Alright, so I went in with my Urban Decay 24-hour eyeliner in Perversion, I used my Big Ego mascara and my velour lashes. This style, I done forgot the style. I believe these are another shot of Wispy. So that's, I believe, the name of them. But anyway, this is the final look of look 1. Let me know what you think down in the comments, as usual. I really like the way this eye look came out. I'm crazy about the red in here. I think this is probably going to be really similar to what I'll do for my Christmas look this year, because I'm feeling this palette. Yes, ma'am. Anyway, let's get on to look number 2. Okay, so I already have most of my face done because I wasn't happy with look number 2. So we are going to get a do-over for look number 2. Let's get started. Taking a Morphe M537 into this Supreme shade. I'm just going to start working this through the crease. Very light pressure, because I don't want a bunch of fallout, and I don't want this to be too dark up in my crease this time, like it was in the last one that you guys will never see. Now I'm going to take this Morphe E17 into this pinker shade, and I'm going to start in my outer V with this shade and start working it up into the crease ever so slightly. I don't want to go all the way to the middle or to the inner corner with this shade. I just want to keep it out here. Going back with that first brush we used to help buff this out here. Nice and blended is what we're going for. Now with the Morphe E17, I'm going to dip into this purple Big Wig shade and really focus this on the outer V. Just for that, of course the air would come on. Just for that smoky definition I want out there. Going in with my BH Pro number 9 and a little bit of my NYX glitter glue. And I'm going to put that all over my eye. Well, all over the open space. Now I'm going to dip into some of this Lituation shade that I haven't used a whole lot of yet. But I have used this palette quite a bit. Even when I'm not filming, I'm really, really enjoying this palette. And just look how beautiful that shade is. Oh, I love it. Now I'm going to use the other side of that brush and dip into this Duelist shade. And I'm going to put that on the inner portion of this eye look. And I hope I don't regret that. No, that doesn't look bad. That looks good. I'm going to take this Sigma EO5, just tiny little liner brush, and I am going to dip into Zam. And I am going to spray this. And I am going to work this like on the top of that Duelist shade. I just should have put down a little more glitter glue, but that's okay. Because this is just kind of for a little added oomph. And I'm going to take this across and up to that Lituation shade. Go back with that first brush we used and attempt to blend this out. Alright, let's work on this lower lash line. I'm going to take this Sigma E65 angled brush and dip into Big Wig and Pinkered. And I'm going to work this real tight on the first half of this lash line. Now I'm going to take this short shader brush and dip into Shookington because I really love this purple shimmer. I'm going to spray it so I can minimize my fallout. And I'm going to start stamping this along this lower lash line. Oh, that is so pretty. So pretty. I'm going to take this Sigma E55 short shading brush into this light pink we started out with on the top. And I'm going to use that to buff out these purples and to connect it with the upper lash line. So I'm really feeling that Shookington shade, so I put just a little bit more on my brush and I actually stamped it right in this outer V, just ever so slightly on this side. You could see where I done it, and I really think it added something extra to this look. I'm going to Morphe M321 into my Ombre Z highlighter. I'm going to use this on the brow bone area, and that might be a little more than what I wanted. Definitely wanted it more like this, but that's okay. I'll buff it out a little. With my little elf brush, I'm going to dip into some Soleil, and I am going to spray this, and I'm going to work it in my inner corner and the first part of this lower lash line. This is a really pretty shade. I'm going to start feathering it into that shade we had on the top, just so it's seamless. Okay, so I think I'm going to take some Voodoo from Urban Decay, and I think this is going to look good in this waterline. And then I'm going to put on some mascara and lashes, and I'll show you the final look. Alright, so I went in with the same Inky Minky lash in Authentic that you'll see in look number 3. Like I said, I was unhappy with look number 2, so I redid it. And this is look number 2 all done. And yeah, let's get on to look number 3 and the final thoughts. I hope you're enjoying this video so far. If you're still with me, you rock. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I have a plan in mind, and that plan starts out with ginger right here on a Morphe M441. And I'm going to put this as my transition shade, focusing most of the pigmentation out here and just pulling in what I need to make a slight shade as I go inner. Now with a Morphe E17, I'm going to dip into this credit shade here, and this is gonna smoke out this outer corner, and it's kind of the same situation. Once you have all the product mostly out in the outer V, then I'm going to start working it up into the crease. With this Alamar Cosmetics DS05, I put a little drop of my NYX glitter primer because we're gonna go for that popping effect again. I might even grab too much. You only need a tiny bit of this. Now I'm going to dip into Trust Issues with that tacky side of that brush, and I'm going to pick it up, and I am going to work this on most of this open space because I am really liking this shade, and I have to get it all over my eye. Now I'm going to flip that brush over and go into this Sponsored shade, my other absolutely favorite shade in this palette. And I'm going to work that on the outer part of the open space. More towards the V. I'm sure you can see. And I'm just going to keep flipping back and forth till we get those blended to where we like them. Now going in with that first brush we use, I'm going to buff those edges. And then I'm going to get my other eye done. And I'm going to get my face makeup done. And we'll be back to recap and have some final thoughts. Alright, now that I have the rest of my face done, I did use my Amrezy highlighter on my brow bone in case you're curious. So let's work on this lower lash line. So I'm going to take this short shader SL Glam brush and dip into that Edges shade. And I'm going to start working this on the lower lash line about 3/4 of the way. Take this E55 from Sigma. It's another just short shader brush, and I'm going to dip into that shade Ginger and buff right below, kind of on top of that first shade, just because I wanted it a bit smokier. With my little e.l.f. brush, I dipped into Duales and I sprayed this. And I'm going to start putting this on the inner corner and the first half of this lower lash line, just to brighten her up and just to use this shade because I think it's pretty and I think it'll add a little something to this look. So I think I'm going to take the Sigma E65 and dip into that Credit dark brown shade, because I feel like this outer corner needs a little more depth to it. Just to kind of go with the top, and I switched off that Sigma shader brush and I'm going to buff that out. Just so it doesn't look harsh, but it looks a little smokier on the outside. Okay, let me put something in my waterline and we'll finish up this look number 3. Okay, so I went in with my Lannister Gold from Urban Decay in my waterline. I think it complements this look immensely. I got sent the Laura Mercier Caviar mascara to try out in my Sephora place, so I'm trying that out. And as long as it don't smudge, you guys know how I am about mascara. I'm not real picky. But anyway, this is look number 3. Okay, so my thoughts on this palette. I love this palette. It's giving me serious fall vibes. I'm really feeling the fall in this palette. I think Jackie Aina did an amazing job. I wish that this Trust Issues shade, I wish it was leaning a little more of the true color in the pan than what it does, but that's a really mild complaint. Anyway, yeah, I like the palette. I'm happy that I bought it. I think Jackie Aina is an amazing creator here on YouTube. I don't know very much about her personally, but I get a kick out of watching her videos. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for us in this 3 Looks 1 palette. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Me and Thomas would love to have you around. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. And we hope you have a wonderful night or day wherever you are. And we'll see you in the next Streets of Tries tutorials. Have a blessed one, guys. Bye.